Fierce herds of wild boars poured down from the mountains and forests, drawing closer to residential areas and farmland. They came like a dark tide, unstoppable, shameless, and utterly fearless. Without hesitation, and without the slightest attempt to hide, they destroyed crops, tore through fields, and wiped out months of hard work by local farmers in just a single night. Rice fields that once shimmered like golden oceans were reduced to muddy chaos. Corn stalks that had taken months to grow stood snapped, crushed, and trampled into the soil. We can no longer stand by and watch. We can no longer beg for help that never arrives. We can no longer watch the hard work of entire communities get swallowed by these destructive beasts. Fueled by determination, armed with modern weapons and an unyielding spirit, we launched a counterattack, relentless, uncompromising, and driven by the simple desire to defend the fruits of our labor. Together with a group of professional hunters, we set out for a remote mountain just outside the city. Every weapon was carefully checked, scopes aligned, magazines loaded. The metallic sound of bolts locking into place echoed with a promise. Tonight, we fight back. We were fully prepped for the intense hunt that lay ahead, mentally and physically ready for whatever chaos the wilderness might throw at us, despite the tough terrain. Our hunting dogs pushed forward non-stop, sniffing out tracks and charging into the wilderness with electrifying energy. Their barks bounced across the valley like war cries. As expected, within 20 minutes, they had locked onto their first targets and launched into pursuit. The wild boars here were incredibly agile, forcing me to stay razor-sharp and seize every single opportunity to strike. The chaos spooked a few of them. They tried to bolt across the mountainside, scrambling through rocks and undergrowth to escape, but through the scope, every movement was exposed. One flick of the ear, one twitch of the tail, nothing went unnoticed. With a few well-aimed shots, we dropped some of the slower ones. The sound of gunfire echoed through the trees, like thunder rippling across the forest. We pushed deeper into the forest, branches snapping under our boots. The dogs had locked onto another group, barking loudly and stirring up a frenzy. The moment they flushed out the boars, we were ready to fight. To maximize our effectiveness, we split up and took positions across the area. Each of us covered a different angle, making escape nearly impossible. With smart coordination and clear strategy, we took down several more targets. That success only fueled our motivation for the next encounters. Suddenly, through my scope, I spotted another wild boar trying to sneak through the bushes on the opposite hillside, desperate to escape. Its body was tense, muscles coiled, ready to sprint. But with our tight coordination, any hope, it had vanished instantly. We cut off its path and took the shot. The bullet struck with precision. She hit it perfectly, dropping it before it even knew where the danger came from. Still, it wasn't over. Not even close. The wild boars were everywhere. Every hill, every bush, every shadow felt alive. We kept fighting for hours. In the end, every trophy was carefully gathered and secured. Each one a reminder of how intense the battle had been. The chase continued. The sound of barking dogs, shouts from the team, and echoing gunfire merged into a tense, adrenaline-filled atmosphere. Some boars were completely surrounded with nowhere to run. Panic set in. They made mistakes, exposed themselves for just a second, and that was all it took. One clean shot and the target went down in an instant. The more boars we dropped, the more fired up the team became. But not everything went our way. Some of these animals were unbelievably cunning. They zigzagged, dodged bullets, and vanished into the brush in the blink of an eye. Their instincts were sharp, honed by years of survival in unforgiving terrain. That only pushed us to stay more focused, more cautious with every single shot. After finishing the mountain chase, we tracked a few boars to a wide open field. Fortunately, the crops here had already been harvested, giving us a clear line of sight. The moonlight washed over the empty land, turning everything silver. Although the boars ran fast, the open terrain gave them little room to escape. Still, every shot had to be perfect. One slip-up, and we could face a counterattack. An angry boar can charge with terrifying speed. We swept through the field, determined not to leave a single target behind. One boar was hiding in tall grass, but it couldn't fool the dogs.
If you'll enjoy this video, please like and subscribe my channel for more information.